Okay, welcome back everybody. This is lesson 2 of module 4. And what this lesson is all about how to create stories that serve us and what do you focus on. So having a success mindset really truly is about what we think about and what we feel on a daily basis and what we choose to focus on such that it serves us. And so my question for all of you is, what do you think about on a regular basis, and is it setting you up to win? Because our thoughts turn into our behaviors turn into our daily habits, and our habits are actually what create our results. So it really stems a lot from our thinking, and we all talk to ourselves, right? If I said to you, hey, do you talk to yourselves? You might think, hey, do I talk to myself? Yes, right? We all do. So the question is, what are you saying to yourself every single day? And is it causing you to achieve what you desire because it's positive thinking, it's success mindset thinking, because what we focus on grows. And so what do you focus on a regular basis? Are you focusing on why you don't have the things that you desire? Are you focusing on the obstacles? Are you focusing on the negative situations? Are you focusing on what doesn't serve you, why you don't have the things you want? Are you focusing on where you're going, by when, and why? How it will impact your life? Whenever an obstacle comes up, what's the blessing? How do you find the opportunity in it? What's the solution? So where is your mindset? Are you focusing from a success mindset? And it really is a choice. And it's one of those things that you can absolutely change if right now you don't show up that way every single day, right? And it's just like going to the gym. Your mindset is a muscle. And so you gotta consciously be working on it every single day on having a success mindset. And so how do you do this? So let's go back to that fear and love, right, that I talked about in the very first lesson of this module number 4. And so how do you come from a space of love? How do you create a reality that serves you? Even when sometimes when you look around, you don't have everything happening in your life that you want, okay? Well, it's a choice. So my question for all of you is, how do you practice creating stories that are in your favor such that the beliefs you're working on every single day are actually beliefs that set you up to win, okay? So how do you do that? So what I want to encourage everybody to do, we're going to do this exercise, and I've attached a worksheet, is I want you to take a situation in your life that really isn't that great right now, something that is getting in the way for you to have the things that you want. It might even be right now at this space and time, we have COVID happening, right? COVID has happened. The economy isn't the greatest. And it's, I think, no secret that it's impacted a lot of people's lives. And let's say when it first started to happen, I know so many people who've lost jobs, their goals that they were working on, they had to pivot, things have stopped, time, money, relationships, it's impacted everybody. It's something we all have in common. And so my question for you is, when COVID hit, or if it's happening with you and to you right now, is your mindset more on the negative or more on the positive side of what's going on right now? And we can use that as an example because we all have it, right? So what I want you to do though is take an area of your life, right, where something's happened and it's causing you to think negatively. It's caused you to focus on the negative. I'm just going to use COVID as an example. So let's say what I want you to do is I want you to take that situation, and I want you on a piece of paper is to draw a line down the middle, right, of your piece of paper. And on the left-hand side, I want you to write drawbacks. I want you to write the word drawbacks. Now I want you to sit here and write and empty your cup on all the negative ways that that situation has impacted your life, okay? All the negative ways. So if I'm using the example of COVID, right, for myself, I can share. So I'm from Canada. I flew into South Africa. And as I was in South Africa there to build my business, we went on a lockdown. And I was in an apartment by myself for 4.5 months. Now you can imagine how that impacted my business, impacted my relationships, impacted a lot of things. So I could have went to the negative that, well, now, it's impacted my business. I'm not able to go and meet people. So no travel. I wasn't even allowed to leave my house. My boyfriend was on his way to come and meet me. So now I can't see my boyfriend. So no boyfriend, right? For 4 months. I'll just put a little sad face there. My business was meeting people in person, so it really impacted that, which meant my money was affected, right? All of those things. And I'm going to go and I'm just going to make this list of all the ways that negatively impacted me. Okay, so you want to do the same thing, whatever your situation is that's causing you to be in a negative space. Write down all the drawbacks. Okay, now once you've emptied your cup and you've got down as many as you can think of, you now on the other side of the page, you want to write down all the benefits. Okay, now you might be thinking, well, how do you come up with benefits with something that it's really hard for you right now in the moment to see those benefits? And this is the point of this entire exercise, because if we're going to create a story, which we always do anyways, usually it's people's knee-jerk reaction to go towards a story that doesn't serve us, to have negative thinking, to make up our reality in a way that isn't setting us up to win, when something happens that we don't expect that causes us to have to pivot in life, right? Or causes some resistance for us, or us to slow down when we're in forward progress towards something. Now, here's the truth. The law of opposites is always at play. The law of opposites is always happening, meaning that what comes must come down. There's always equal good to equal bad. If there's a positive, there's always a negative, right? So the law of opposites is always happening. So if there's drawbacks to a situation, that must mean, based on universal laws, that there's equal benefits. There's equal benefits. And we just have to practice. This is a new habit that you're going to implement. Practice, finding, creating, focusing on, coming up with benefits when you don't necessarily see them at first, right? And the more you practice this is a success mindset, everybody. This is what successful people do. They find opportunity in the problem, right? They find, exciting solutions in the problem. And if you practice this, it becomes a new way of thinking. And eventually something that happens in your life that may cause you to be in this space of slowing down, not getting results for years, for months, for weeks, what will happen is eventually you're going to develop a mindset that when something comes up, you might be in it for a little while negatively, yet you're going to flip the script real fast, focus on the benefits, and keep going. It won't slow you down anymore. And this is a really important habit to create for yourself. And once again, it's just like a muscle. You learn this stuff by practicing. So practice does not make perfect. Practice makes improvement. So practice makes improvement, and awareness before change, right? So if you want something to change, you have to be aware that you are the creator of your reality. You are. And if your reality is not one that you enjoy, you've got to be responsible for changing it. And it first comes with what we're thinking about and what we're focusing on, and the stories that we make up based on what's currently happening in our life. And if you have the power to create a negative version of a story, you also have the power and the choice to create a positive version, right? And so what are the benefits of whatever your situation is? So I'm sitting there thinking, okay, what are the benefits of COVID? Well, I get to slow down, right? Because I'm a very busy person, and focus. I became the most disciplined I had ever been in my business in an extremely long time, and consistent, right? And I found new solutions to connect with more people. I took my business online, right? Guess what else stemmed from that? This course that you're in right now was a byproduct of me being in that situation. Because I thought, what am I going to do? How do I share my gifts? How do I coach people, guide people, mentor people? You know what? I'm going to create an online coaching course, right? So this course happened because of this negative, right, situation. I actually had more meaningful conversations with my boyfriend than I had in a really long time, right? So many benefits to that situation. And so just you go and you make the list of the benefits. You want to have equal benefits to equal drawbacks. Because what that does is it neutralizes the negative energy you have. It neutralizes coming from this space of fear so that you can have a clear mind, an open mind to focus on what is the version of the reality that's coming from love, and create a new story for yourself. Create a new belief for yourself that you're going to tell yourself over and over and over and over again. And as you develop these new stories, you develop these new beliefs, your reality is going to look different. You're going to have a different set of goggles on as you look out into your life, as you look out into your reality. Now, for some of you, some of your situations or obstacles that are causing you to focus more on the drawbacks, they might be real big, right? And real painful. And I'm not discrediting that. I'm just wanting to support you in how to move through it, right? How to move through it. And sometimes coming up with the benefits might be pretty tricky. And if it's hard for you to find some benefits, I encourage you just to make some up. Make some up, right? Because you're making up the drawbacks anyways, yet for you, they're just really real, right? So just make some up if you have to in the beginning to practice. If that's where you've got to start to practice, even getting a benefit down, do it, right? And the more you do this, the easier it becomes, and practice makes improvement. And then what you want to do on a regular basis is revisit the benefits and revisit this story, and every day speak it out loud, talk about it with other people, the benefits, think it, right? See it in pictures, practice your savers that I taught you around having a success mindset, implementing this version of the story versus this one. And that's how you can start to change your reality, because your thinking will be different, which will cause you to have different behaviors, right? Which will cause you to do different things, different actions, different habits, which will allow you to have a different result and therefore a different reality. So you really can control and have choice in what your reality is, and the goggles and perspectives that you view things, see things, think about things, and believe things. So you guys, there's a worksheet attached. And I encourage you to do this with some of the bigger areas of your life you have a lot of juice and energy around. And then on a regular basis, be aware. So if you're in this space of fear, ask yourself, what's up, why, what's causing you to be here? And just sit down and take 5 minutes and do this exercise, and then carry this around, fold your sheet in half. Maybe you make a big, X through the drawbacks, and you focus on the benefits. And this is one simple activity that can cause you in looking in the direction that you want to go, in forward progress towards your worthy goals, right? Looking forward, moving forward, being in action, being in flow, and it'll cause you to feel better. And we don't only attract what we think about, we attract what we feel. And how great would it be that when you wake up every day, you're feeling, in a better space, a better mindset, whatever that means to you, whether it's joy, happiness, certainty, peace, and a belief that you can, will, and do whatever it is that you desire. Okay, guys? So we'll see you in the next lesson.